Alright, YouTube, I do not know what this video is going to look like. I had to erase some videos because in my last video I was talking about money and time and things like that, and it cut off before I got to my point because I didn't have enough memory on my phone. So what I'm trying to say in this video is I wasn't talking about money in the way people think I'm talking about money. I'm not talking about being rich. I'm not talking about being arrogant or flashy or balling out or nothing like that. I'm talking about money and time, right? I was saying, okay, anybody that heard the Bruce Lee saying that, he said, don't waste time if you love life because life is made out of time. And I also said the saying that time is money, and I combined the two. And I was talking about the importance of managing your money or managing your time just like you'll manage your money. And I was talking about needs and wants, you know what I'm saying? I was talking about, like, I got 2 days off. I do day and night shift. I do 12.5-hour shift. I just came from the gym. I'm still in the parking lot because I was trying to do this video, you know what I'm saying? And I was having difficulties. And my camera right now, the light is flashing in my face because it's not in selfie mode because it's dark outside, it's raining, and the lighting looked weird on the inside of my car when I was just using the light in the car. I'm under a light on the street light, but it's light in the parking lot, but it just wasn't right. So I just pointed this light. It's in my eyes and all that, but it is what it is. I gotta say what I gotta say. If there's something in life that you want, you gotta sacrifice, or if you feel like you need it, right, you gotta sacrifice wants for that need. All right. So, like, for me, when it comes to like fitness and things like that, it's a lifestyle. A lot of people see it as something they want. A lot of people, no offense, they don't really want to learn this stuff. They don't want to understand what it being a lifestyle means. And when you say you got to eat, live, breathe it, they think that you're being obsessive. And sometimes it can be, but it is what it is. It's part of it. All right. If you really want it to work, you know what I'm saying? That's like what I be saying. Don't go to the gym talking and all that. You gotta chase your goal. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? When you dieting, you gotta actually adhere to it. I mean, for a consistent, amount of time until it actually works. And if you figure something out and then you fail, and then you gotta reanalyze it and figure out why did you fail. All right, instead of just saying, oh, it's okay, it don't matter, because I don't want to be later on crying about not reaching my goal that I tried so hard to get to, or I wanted it so bad. You know what I'm saying? So everybody looking at it different, you know what I'm saying? But you can look at it the way you want to look at it. I'm not telling you how to look at it. I'm just telling you how I look at it, all right? I'm not trying to change the way you try to look at it. Don't try to change the way, because I'm not going to change this, all right? So a lot of people disappoint themselves when they try to change somebody's mind about something, and I get it. Sometimes it's just conversation, but nah. Conversation is good, but there's a time and place, but we're going to talk about that. What I am talking about is the summer coming up, and I tell people the same way I tell people during New Year's. I got so many don't wait. All right, you can type in don't wait until New Year's without even typing in Reppin' Time Fitness, and I guarantee you a million of my videos will pop up, because I was telling people, and it's the same way. A lot of people wait until it's time to, okay, I want to be fit in July, and they wait until July, and then it's not gonna happen overnight. The gimmicks, I tried everything. No, those are gimmicks, all right? The medications are not doing people well right now. A lot of people losing weight, but they're losing their muscle mass and their bone marrow, and they wonder, why they look sickly and they look like they on something else. And I'm like, because they didn't do it right. But I tried everything. No. The answer, I'll be asking people like, did you track your calories? They be like, nah. What do you mean by that? Did you count your protein? Nah. Did you what's your workout look like? Did you lift weights? What did you do? What was your cardio like? Did you get your steps in? All right. Me personally, when it comes to cardio, I don't like doing cardio. I'm active. Like I say, I work 12.5 hours and I'm on my feet. I'm moving all the time, right? And then when I got my days off, or time in between or whatever, me and my kids, we go to the zoo, we get our steps in, we play basketball. Even if I'm by myself, you know what I'm saying, I'm always moving. I'm at the gym, I'm working out, you know what I'm saying? If I don't feel like I'm doing enough activity, if I got a whole bunch of days off or I took vacation or something like that, I get on the stair stepper, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm really dieting and I'm trying to get ripped, I go to stair step right after my workouts, you know what I'm saying? But I really not too much, you know what I'm saying? I do enough, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times people think that, I'm gonna say it like this: working out in the gym is not the only way of working out, all right? The gym is not the only workout, all right? There's a lot of people who do calisthenics or pull-ups at the playground, and there's people who do hiking, biking, all kinds of stuff. All of that is a workout. You know, people be like, man, what do you mean by basketball cardio? Basketball is cardio. I got 2 basketballs in the trunk right now. I got an adult-sized basketball for me. My son, he's 12, so he used that one too. But, you know what I'm saying, got a youth-sized basketball for my daughter and my son too. But, you know, my woman, she'll play sometimes, she'll play. You know what I'm saying? She don't be wanting to play, but then we'll get her to play, and then she have more fun than we do. Like, come on now. And then we sit down and play video games here too. So it's like you can do multiple things, all right? You just got to make time. A lot of people think they don't have time. I'm like, you got to make time, all right? So if that means a little less of this and a little more of that, it's like money. A lot of people make a lot of money and they're still late on their bills because they spend all their money on things they wanted. And then when it's time to come and spend on the things they need, they ain't got it because they spent it on other things, you know what I'm saying? And they spend it on what they felt like doing. I mean, whether and that might differ between person to person, all right? Like, okay, you might look at some of the things that I want and I waste my money on, and you be like, why would you even spend money on that? And then you're a different person. I mean, no disrespect, but it's like, I look at the things you spend money on and it's way different than mine. But I understand, like, you know, we do different things. Like, you know, I might be in the video games and you might be into, I wish I was in the video games. I want to be in the video games, but I got too much other stuff I'm doing, all right? I'm doing things that I feel like I need to do. When I wind down and I got a little bit of time, I cut the game on. But man, please believe I used to be a gamer. But at the same time, the way I did it, I felt like I was saving more money buying video games and playing video games than I was not doing it. All right, because if I'm out and about, right, this is years ago before I came down here, before I got the jobs that I've been working and all that. I always felt like I spent more money. Okay, most video games cost $60. You know what I'm saying? The game, not the system, just the game, right? If I pick a game like Grand Theft Auto or something, and something that's going to take me a while to beat, something I can play, even after I beat, I can still play it and have fun with it. I spent $60 and I have fun with that same $60 for weeks, months, years. You know what I'm saying? And on a day-to-day going out basis, I mean, you're spending way more than that. Eating, drinking, doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? And when I say drinking, it don't even got to be like that. It could be just food and fast food and going and, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but experiences, memories, things that you've done with people, you can talk about it. So it still lasts, but it's like, you know, it's different, all right? It's different, all right? And to each his own. But I do feel like I save more money, all right? And back then, when I was really, really into games, that was PS2 days. I mean, I remember my mom and my little sister went to my grandma's house and they said they'll be back. They spent a night over there and I was like, shoot, all right, I'm going to play the game until they get back. And I ain't know they was going to spend a night. And so I'm chilling, man. I'm playing the game and I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 3. And it had, I had just started getting real good at it. And like, PS2 had memory card. I ain't had no memory card though. I had just got my PS2 like a while before that. And like this decades ago. I ain't had no memory card. I had PS1 memory cards, but I had no PS2 memory cards, you know what I'm saying? So I had got real far and I didn't want to cut the game off, because you cut the game off back then, cut the game off, all your progress is gone. I had to tell my mom, and like, yo, I'm gonna go to the store real quick. I had to walk. We had no car. I had to walk across the bridge to the pawn shop to get a memory card. I remember them days. I used to love buying memory cards from like used memory cards, because it was always some saved data on there, and then games. I had ideas of different games I wanted. But long story short, I had to tell my mom, like, yo, don't cut the game off, because and then she was like, nah, she ain't gonna cut it off. But man, dude, I got that memory card. It was on from there, man. And then she had bought me the Gran Turismo 4 for my birthday and all that. I was like, yeah. Man, I'm talking about Gran Turismo 2, man. I will spend time on that game. There was endurance races, like real life races that lasted literally over 24 hours. The race, you had to stay on the game. Well, it wasn't online, so you could pause it or whatever, but you had to keep the game on for days. You know what I'm saying? That race literally lasted days. Endurance, man, they don't make games like that no more, man. I was making money on them games. I was rich on them games, man. But that's another thing, though. Like, these days, you got online, you got streamers, you got people who make money online. So, you know what I'm saying? What you do with your time is what you do with your time. You know what I'm saying? And your life is your life. You don't live it. You know, you get one. All right? There's no reset button. There ain't no PlayStation, Nintendo game. You know what I'm saying? There's no do-overs. Stay healthy. Stay safe. I tell people all the time, man, a lot of the stuff that you see people doing, they rushing things. You know, instead of taking their time, they rush things. They don't want to take the slow and steady because the slow and steady sounds too slow. And I'm like, okay, if I lost 100 and something pounds taking the slow and steady, where a lot of people I see, no disrespect, they got to lose over 100. They got to lose probably the same weight I lost. They trying to do all the gimmicks. They trying to do the fast route, but they never get there. And it's been decades since then, and they still. So which one is actually faster? You know, the turtle beat the hare. The tortoise beat the hare for a reason. All right, I tell people that all the time. A lot of times I walk slow and I run circles around everybody when it comes to doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because I go straight towards my goal. I don't, you know what I'm saying? The rabbit was doing all this backwards stuff. He was sleepy, he took a nap, he was showboating. He knew he was way faster than the turtle, so he can bullshit, you know what I'm saying? So, but when it's time he seen the turtle was almost at the finish line, he way behind. He catching up, but it's too late. It's too late. Like Ninja Turtles back on the movie, he was like, Ninja kicked the damn rabbit. But yeah, man, that's all I gotta say, man. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Holla back at your boy. Don't be wasting time, man. And watch the videos at the end of the screen and whatever, and do what you gotta do. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?